Hey, I'm Choncé with badcredit.org, and today we're taking an honest look at CuraDebt. It's a debt relief service that's been around since 2001. Now, CuraDebt isn't a lender or anything like that. It's actually a company that helps negotiate with your creditors or your lenders so that you can settle your debts for less than what you originally owned. So they specialize in debt settlement. So in this video, I'm going to cover what CuraDebt does in more detail, how to sign up, how the process works, and what you can expect if you work with them. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about who should consider using a company like CuraDebt. And if you want to dig deeper, we also have a full review online that I wrote personally. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll drop a link to that in the description below so you can check it out. All right, so when you land on the CuraDebt website, the first thing you're going to notice is how straightforward it is. You can either click to get a free debt estimate on the website from the homepage, or you can hit the Apply Now button. Both are going to lead to the same place, a quick form where you pick the type of debt you have. You enter how much you owe, and then you're going to put the state that you reside in. CuraDebt's core service is debt settlement, and that's where they negotiate with your creditors for a reduced payoff amount so that you can settle your debt. They do also handle tax debt and business debt as well, which makes them a little more versatile than some of the other debt relief companies. So the process of working with CuraDebt is really simple. After you fill out that form on the website, a debt counselor is going to reach out to you by phone. From there, they'll walk through your situation, get more information, and explain some of your options and give you an idea of how much you can save. They're going to give you a personalized plan or review of your situation and make some suggestions on how they can help. Many past clients say CuraDebt specialists are super supportive and patient. For example, one reviewer praised a consultant for easing their anxiety and checking in regularly with them to make sure they were comfortable with the process. CuraDebt has a ton of just positive success stories of clients and some case studies too, so you can see how they actually work and the results they're able to get for people. But one area that I feel CuraDebt could improve on is its transparency about fees. The company does say that it charges no upfront fees and only collects a performance based fee after your debt is settled, and they just deduct that from whatever you're paying as a settlement. That's really reassuring because you only pay if they help get results, but the exact percentage isn't shared until you speak with them directly and get all that information. So, still, compared to less reputable companies that demand money up front, CuraDebt's policy does make it a lower risk option. I just really wish that I knew more about what the fees would be. But CuraDebt typically works with people who have at least $5,000 in unsecured debt. So this can include things like credit cards, personal loans, business debt, or even tax debt. So if you're overwhelmed by your balances, you're falling behind on payments, or even if you're considering bankruptcy, CuraDebt could be a solid choice for some debt relief. But if you have smaller debt, you may be better off with a balance transfer or a debt consolidation loan instead. So before we wrap up, I want to quickly go over some key pros and cons about CuraDebt just to help you decide whether this could be a good option for you. Some of the pros are that you can actually save quite a bit, sometimes 50% or more. So imagine having, a $10,000 debt balance and then being able to cut that in half. That would save you a lot of money and effort and not having to do much and having them negotiate for you. The next thing is that they have a free consultation up front with no obligation. So you can learn more about what they do and how they can help you. Another thing is that they handle multiple types of debt, not just credit cards. Now, some of the cons is that your credit score can take a hit during the process of trying to settle your debt. So keep that in mind and ask lots of questions about what your credit score will look like, payments, and all of that. Another thing is that it takes time. Most of the programs can run on average from 24 to 48 months. It does take a little time. Maybe your process could be more or less, but just keep in mind that it could vary. Another drawback is that they don't handle every type of debt like mortgages or federal student loans. So this wouldn't be a great company for that. So should you use CuraDebt? I think if you're buried in unsecured debt and you don't know where to start, CuraDebt could really be worth exploring. They won't charge you until they actually settle your debt, which is great. And they can take the stress of negotiating or the confusion of negotiating with creditors off your shoulders because they have a lot of experience doing that. So if you're curious, I suggest starting with their free consultation just to see what your options look like. And don't forget, you can read my full review with more details at badcredit.org. All right, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching.